Where are we today?
Today we're at Firefighters Field off Creek Road in the Borough of Bath.
And what are we going to discuss?
We're here at one of the largest borough parks that we have in the borough to discuss the watercourse that borders the park's western property line, the Monocacy Creek.
Ah, okay. Well, what's so special about Monocacy Creek?
Well, for starters, the Native Americans gave that creek its name, Monocacy, because the characteristics of the creek, with its numerous turns and bends, going all the way down to the Lehigh River. In the Commonwealth, there's over 86,000 miles in rivers and streams. Bath has a small part of that watershed. The borough has a small portion of the Monocacy Creek that runs north to south through the borough, with a tributary that runs west to east through the Keystone Park into Monocacy. In 1999, Monocacy Creek was placed on the Pennsylvania Rivers Registry. The 48.8 square miles of the creek spans 13 municipalities between Lehigh and Northampton counties, Bath being one of those municipalities. Monocacy Creek is classified as a high-quality cold water fishery, a Class A trout stream. And as we know, the Monocacy Creek drains into the Lehigh River, which drains into the Delaware River, all heading into the Delaware Bay and out to the Atlantic Ocean. What folks might not know is that some of the same pollution reduction requirements for the Chesapeake watershed are the same type of requirements we need to follow right here in the Lehigh Valley.
Even though the Monocacy is not in the Chesapeake watershed?
Yeah, that's right. We need to follow the same guidelines and standards of the watershed protection as they do in the Chesapeake watershed. It's very stringent.
We're walking along the creek and there's a lot of trees and brush and grasses. Why can't this area be cleared out so people can have access to the creek?
You know, that's a great question, and we do hear that often by residents. The woods and brush and grasses that you see along the creek are what's called the riparian buffer. This is a buffer area between open space lands and then the lands that meet up against the creek. The borough has taken care to allow a lot of these areas to grow up, serving as a natural buffer to the creek area, which also serves different purposes. For one, these buffer zones help keep sediment and debris from entering into the creek. The buffer area also provides a necessary shade that supports water temperatures and aquatic life, especially for the trout population. The borough does have access points at Monocacy Creek Park and right here at Fireman's Field. So while we do have some areas for public access, the borough limits how much disturbance necessary to the riparian buffer zones. It doesn't mean that there isn't wiggle room for more public access areas. It just means we need to carefully plan and consider what natural riparian buffers need to be established.
Why is that big stump there? Why don't you take that out?
That's another great question. We're here at Monocacy Park in the Borough of Bath, and we have this big tree stump here in the creek. And the reason why we won't take this tree stump out is because this stump is actually hoping to keep this soil and the bank back in place. It helps to control erosion here at the creek. So a lot of the times you might see trees are lopped off, and they'll keep the stump in place for that reason, to help with the bank from becoming too eroded and washing away. That's why we do that.
This information was really helpful to understand why the creek area isn't cleared out of trees, brush, and grass. Thanks so much for the explanation.
You bet.